Okay, everybody, welcome back to the DGS 2605 channel. We're back with our MLB Power Pros 2008 repeat season mode with your undefeated world champion Toronto Blue Jays. So, our last time out, we went ahead and took care of the New York Yankees, this first game of the 4-game series in Yankee Stadium. It was John Dings, right? Yep, John Dings pitched very well. I believe he got the complete game. I believe he allowed only, I think 1 run, so yeah, excellent. So, we're kind of throwing it back here because this is how our first season began. With, not Hendrickson, this guy, Roy Doc Halladay, opening up the season at Yankee Stadium against the New York Yankees for us. So he's back here. Now that game, all things considered, who knows what could have happened because that went to extras and we barely got by. Remember, it was bases loaded, 2 outs. Lindstrom got the 3rd out for us. He hasn't even debuted yet this season, so Halladay's, of course, looking for a complete game. Hopefully a shutout. We're going to see what happens here. Looking over at the Yankees, they have their lineup that is batting well below what they should be. They have Nance on the mound. Looks like a rookie pitcher. We'll have to see what he's got. He doesn't have much experience. They're kind of throwing him to the wolves right here, but let's get into the ball game. Okay, Blue Jays, let's play ball. We're going to play some ball right here, right now. Mets got blown out. What else is new? So one thing I would like to mention, that like old school Jays jersey I was wearing, I wore that for the first couple games. The pitching, wasn't completely what we're used to, so I'm considering it bad luck. I might putting on some other point. Nance with a 1.23 ERA, a blue glove, a forkball for strike 1, right-hander. Oh, generous call for him there. 4-seamer, nothing in 2. Earlier makes contact. That's right at Roberts. Steps on the bag. 1 away. Here's Durham. 417, 310. Very mild wind currently. Only heading northwest. Factor of 1. Very slight. Inside high fastball. 1-1. That had some movement to the left. That was an interesting pitch. Durham hits that curveball that was inside to center field for a base hit. Runner on first, 1 away for the Jays. There's Berkman. Hits the first pitch he sees. That's going for a base hit. That's going out there to left field. We're going to send Durham. He's going to make it to 3rd in time. Runners up the corners. 1 away. AR-15. Nance already into some early trouble here. Low curve, strike 1. That fastball is crazy. It moves a little bit. Anyways, 1-1. Curve dropped into the zone there. 1-2. Forkball in the dirt. Been a while since we've seen that. Count is even. 2-2. 1 out. Runners on the corners. Rios just missed the sweet spot. And it will get down there for a base hit. They're going to throw home and not at second. 1-0 Jays. Caught a bit of a break there. Would have been a sac fly regardless, but here's Braun, who has been not human so far into the season. He had a ball over 500 feet. Anyways, quick 0-2 counts. Ryan Braun from Nance here. Let that high fastball way out of there. 1-2. Forkball in the dirt again. 2-2. Trying to get him fishing. Braun made pretty good contact. That's off the glove of Nance. At it second. Over to first. Oh, he almost didn't beat that out. So Nance got his glove on it. Managed to recover for at least 1 out. Here's Lowell. Runner still on the corners. 2 away. That fastball with some movement. I don't know what's going on with that. It's 1-0 count. Lowell hits that curve over to Castillo to first. That's the end of the inning. So the Jays got 1 run across the plate, but only finished 1 for 3. Left a runner in scoring position. Heading to the bottom of the first now. Let's see what Doc can do. Let's check out the changeup. Yeah, there we go. So mid-70s changeup. Low 80 sinker. 2-seamer. His fastball is going to be... So he's probably got a 4-seamer in like the 90s, give or take. Say about the same as the 2-seamer. Here pops that up. That's going right to Lowell at 3rd. 1 away. There's Castillo. So the story with the New York Yankees, take strike 1, is that their average hitters get on base, but the rest of the lineup can't bring them around. Castillo grounded out to Berkman, stepped on the bag, 2 away. Here's Peralta. This guy's the one thorn in our side. Anyway, swings up the first pitch. Lowell to Berkman. 3 up and 3 down for Roy Halladay. Heading to the top of the second now. It's the last 3 batters in our lineup. Luke Scott is leading off. 4:15, 5:12. Directly north is the wind. Still a factor of 1. That fastball moving is going to mess us up. There it is again. 1-1. Luke Scott hit it, but it's not past third baseman Moore. 1 away. Here's Loduca. Still not a home run on the season yet. Swings up the first pitch he sees. Right at Castillo. Over to first. 2 away. Now we'll give Grandy a power swing here. 4:51, 12:25. Low curve missed the bottom left corner. 1-0. Fork ball. 50-50 call went his way. 1-1. Granderson read that curve right, pulled it to Roberts, stepped on the bag, 3 up and 3 down go the Jays in the top of the second. Heading to the bottom of the second now, it's the 4-5-6 part of the Yankee lineup. So far, a pretty quick game. Here's Jim Edmonds. Strike 1 on a 4-seamer. He's looking for probably a changeup, got the cutter. 0-2. Contact with that, Halladay stops it, over to first, 1 away. Once again, like Nance, using his body get in the way of the ball. Gets the out instead of allowing a hit. Here's too low. Speaking of too low, 1-0. Hits that pitch. That's going for their first base hit of the game. Single to right field. Runner on first. 1 away. Roberts. Runner takes off. Swing and a miss. Over to second. Got him. So 0-1, nobody on base now with 2 outs. Roberts pulled that one wildly. That's going into way foul territory. Got him swinging at the sinker. Essentially, the Yankees went 3 up and 3 down, heading to the top of the third now. Let's take a step back here. Let's be patient. Already our second trip through the lineup. Let's see what we can do here with Rich Aurelia. 0-for-1 with a grounder. Strike 1. That fastball didn't move at all. 0-1. Neither did that one. That one missed too high. 1-1. Oh, well, no, that was mostly in the zone. We'll give him that. High inside fastball missed. Count is even. 2-2. Fork ball in the dirt. Payoff pitch to Rich Aurelia. Nobody on, nobody out. He got a good piece of that. Will it stay fair? Yes, it will. That ball went into the wall there or something, but leadoff single for Rich Aurelia. Here's Durham, 1-for-1 with a single in the game. Fastball with that movement. Just missed inside. 1-0. Curve went too high and inside. 2-0. Durham read that one well. That one was hit. It's going. It's going. Jim Edmonds, he caught that. That's the thing. At least Jim Edmonds really helping on defense because he can run even past his prime at this point. At this point, he was a Padre, I believe. Strike 1 Lance Berkman on a 4-seam fastball. And then he hits that forkball there. Added second. Over to first. Double play. We can't have that now, can we? Ant's pitching well. I gotta give it to him. No mistakes yet for him either. Anyways, we got 1 hit, nothing of it. We're 1-for-4. They're 0-for-1. Bottom of the third. Bottom 3 batters in the lineup. Here's Yachty. Perfect fastball, bottom left corner. 0-1. Hit off the end of the bat. Third baseman Lowell. Over to Berkman. 1 away. Here's Rocco Baldelli. Well below the Mendoza line. 179 his average is at. When his move northwest, still a factor of 1. Just got over that. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging at 3 pitches. Here's more. 105. Oh, let's see if we can get that average to start with a 0. We've got a challenge. Makes contact with it. Durham. Berkman. 3 up and 3 down. Go the Yankees again. Heading to the top of the fourth now, it's our 4th batter, AR-15, Alex Rios, leading off. So you know what? Now we got to just take a step back here. We only got 1 run on the board on 4 hits. Let's be patient. Let him pitch it to 2 strike counts. Strike 1 on the curveball right across the heart of the plate. It's like they can hear me or something. High forkball in the zone. Quick 0-2 count. Rios made contact with that. That's going to go for a base hit. Edmonds stayed close to it. It'll just be a single. Air 15 on base. Nobody away. Here's Braun. We'll give him 1 here if it comes. Strike 1 on a forkball. That was fairly in the zone. They're keeping an eye on Rios. Braun made contact with that, but not the greatest contact. Edmonds will be out there. 1 away. A lot of balls going his way. He's been playing excellent defensively. Could have had some doubles. Could have had some base hits. He stopped both of those things from happening. Lowell up to bat now. 1 away. Still a runner on first. Strike 1 on the curve. 0-1. Forkball gets away from Yadi, and that is going to be an easy trip to second for Rios. There's the 1-1. That fastball with movement. There's the 1-2. Let the curveball drop out of the zone. Good take. Here's the 2-2. Across the heart of the plate. That was a mistake. Lowell gets a base hit out of it to right field. Runners on the corners. 1 away. We've been here before. We got a lefty in the spot we want him. Nance is tired. Fastball missed the zone. 1-0. A mistake. Scott's taking it to left. We'll wait. It's gone. No need to worry about sending the runner. 3-run bomb. Luke Scott, 6th home run on the season. 383 feet. 3 RBIs for Scott now in the game. 4-0 Toronto. There goes Nance's quality start. But probably doesn't have much life in him left anyway right now. Loduca will wait on a mistake here, just in case. Strike 1, 50-50 call went his way. He's gassed. 0-1. Loduca smacks that one to center field. It's going to be a base hit. So right back where we were a bit ago, leaving with an ERA of low 4. That's not terrible. Muller coming in. They switch Castillo and Roberts again for some reason. Here's Grandy. We're still not at batting practice yet. We still have to be selective about what we're going to swing at. Quick strike 1. Granderson fouls that one. 0-2. A mistake. Granderson got a piece of it. Will it be against the shift? No, it won't. Edmonds managed to get to it. 2 away. There's really a 3rd trip through the lineup. He's 1 for 2. Swung at that first pitch. That changeup. So we got to get used to the different speeds already. Another changeup, same spot. Took it. 0-2. Aurelia puts that in play right at the first baseman. That's the inning. But a 3-run home run from Luke Scott gave us some excellent insurance. We're 4 for 8. Yankees are 0 for 1. Top of their lineup coming up now. It's the 2nd trip through it. Here's Juan Pierre. It's the first pitch. Durham to first. 1 away. Here's Castillo. Loduca. No chance he's got it that. Too much space there. Fouled bat back. Here's the 0-1. Made contact with the curve. Fouled it off. Here's the 0-2. Puts the 4-seamer in play. Berkman. He is at speedster. Get there. He's out. Just barely. There's Johnny Peralta. Swings out the first pitch. Gave that a good ride. That's going to be extra bases. Bounced there. Grandy has it. There's their first runner in scoring position today. First extra base hit. Their 2nd hit all day. Peralta's got himself a 2-out double. So among all their batters, the first 3, well, I guess Edmonds here, 302 is a good average, get on base the most frequently. It's just the rest of the lineup can't bring them home. Sinker missed the zone, 1-1. Maybe we should have added that fastball on the bottom right. Anyways, 2-1. Curve. There we go. Got him looking. Left the runner in scoring position. Halladay is through another inning. Yeah, there's the walk of shame. They're 0 for 2. We're 4 for 8. Top of the 5th. Ray Durham leading off for Toronto. It's 1 for 2. High fastball caught the zone. Strike 1. Cutter stayed in the zone up there. Here's the 0-2 now. High inside Cutter. Easy take. 1-2 now. Mistake, but Durham swung too early. The game's kind of slowing down. I'm just blaming stuff. Durham went down swinging. Here's Berkman now. Why not? One power swing here. Smokes it. The game really couldn't handle that because he hit it so hard. Oh, that barely made it over the wall. Edmonds had a chance at it if he jumped. But Berkman just made this batting practice. 5-0. That's his 12th home run on the season. Just over 400 feet. It's 5-0 Toronto. There's Rios, 2 for 2 with 2 singles. Curve inside the strike zone, 0-1. High four seam just missed, 1-1. Low change up out of there, 2-1. Caught corner with the cutter. A lot of words that begin with C in that sentence. Here's the 2-2. Rios got a good bat on it. It's going to center field. A little too high. Edmonds is there. 2 away. Edmonds catching a lot of the outs here. Here's Braun 0 for 2. A ground out and a fly out. Take strike one on a four-seamer. 0-1. Muscled that cutter. Muscled the foul. 0-2. Let that changeup go by. 1-2. Missed it. High curve swung on it. That's the inning. So the Jays did pick up 1 run on Lance Berkman's solo shot. We haven't been shut out since the 3rd inning, heading to the bottom of the 5th. 5, 6, 7. Part of the Yankee lineup here. It was too low. Strike one on a four-seamer, 0-1. It's the curve, 0-2. Just got enough on it to send it foul. We'll stay alive for one more swing at the bat. And he swung right through that two-seamer. He had it pretty well. That could have been some damage. Good thing he swung through it. Here's Brian Roberts. Went down swinging his first time up. First pitch over to center field. Grandy catches it. 2 away. Here's Yachty. Right at the Mendoza line. Let that fastball go by. 0-1. Swung at the curve. Missed it. Here's the 0-2. Puts that in play. Nice catch by Lowell. Excellent defense. That would have been a base hit. Lowell takes one away there. Heading to the top of the 6th now. Speaking of Lowell, in the 6th spot, he's going to be coming up to lead off the inning. Here he is, 1 for 2. I have no idea why the game's slowing down so badly right now. I love it when there's other stuff happening on your computer in the background. Strike one on a curve that you have no idea. Anyways, 0-1. I change up missed. 1-1. Curve in the dirt. 2-1. Missed with that curve. It's going to be 3-1. Let's take this pitch easy peasy. Fastball in the zone. No surprise there. Payoff pitch to Mike Lowell. Puts it in play to the shortstop Peralta. Over to first. 1 away. This game, man. Why is it's like commonly going below 50%. Anyways, here's Scott now. Strike one on the high changeup. 0-1. Muller's getting tired. Scott made contact with that. Gave it a good swing. It's going to center field. Edmonds is there yet again. 2 away. Edmonds has had his hand in a lot of outs so far. Here's Loduca, just in case. Still looking for his first home run on the season. Only 2 RBIs. Takes a change up outside the zone. Nothing. Yeah, 1-0. Curveball almost hit Loduca. 2-0. Cutter just missed. Just caught the strike zone. Excuse me. 2-1. Loduca puts that in play. Right to Peralta again. Over to first. That's the inning. The Jays go 3 up, 3 down. Heading to the bottom of the 6th now. It's the 8-9-1 part of the Yankee lineup. Here's Rocco Baldelli. 175 average. Went down swinging his first time up. Strike one on a four-seamer. Nothing in one. Makes contact with that there. It stays fair. Lowell takes a stride. Gets him easily. One away. Here's Moore. 0-for-1 with a grounder. Swings at the first pitch he sees. Easy bounce to Durham. Over to Berkman. 2 away. This game is something else. I don't know what's going on. It's Pierre. Strike one on a four-seamer. Nothing at one. So this is the third trip through the lineup. That one gets away from Halladay. Thankfully swung through by Pierre. Nothing in two. Puts it in play right at Berkman. That's the inning. Both teams went 3 up and 3 down in the 6th. Top of the 7th coming up, and it's the bottom of the Jays lineup leading off. Curtis Granderson. 0-for-2, a ground out and a fly out, and this is the situation we want him in against a tired right-hander. A change up that lost a lot of drop on that, and nothing in one. Curve just went too far inside there. 1-1. Takes the cutter easily. 1-2. Puts the bat on it. Will not get past Roberts. Over to Castillo. 1 away. Will they let him face Aurelia? Yes, they will. Aurelia 1-for-3. And for a guy who I think had by far the least home runs last year, already got 3 on this season. He's gassed. Nothing in one. Caught the bottom right of the strike zone. Here's the 0-2 now. Aurelia makes contact with that. It's going to go to center field, and it will be a base hit Edmonds can't get to in time. Runner on first, 1 away for Toronto. They're going to take Muller out of there. Here's Nipper. Now the right-hander, ERA in the double digits, well over 15. High fastball for strike one. High fastball again, pretty much the same spot. 0-2 to Ray Durham now. Made contact with that, fouled it off. It's about the 7th row out there. 0-2 again. Durham puts that in play. That was going to be a close pitch regardless. Over to second, Aurelia's out. Over to first. Double play by a step. That's the inning. So we got a hit. We're 5 for 10. They're 0 for 2. Let's have some good luck water. Just open up this bottle right here. I don't know what's going on in the background of my computer, but it's commonly dipping below 50%. Right now it's like 80s, 90s. See, right there again. I don't know what's causing that, but let's just get through this game. That's what we want, right? Halladay is pitching an absolute clinic right now. And as we all know, it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game at Yankee Stadium, home of the New York Yankees. They're not playing like the Yankees right now, I'll tell you that. Here's Castillo up now. That one gets away from Halladay. Stayed in the zone, no swing, 0-1. Fouls off a two-seamer. Here's the 0-2 now. Wind has been a non-factor this entire game. Nice catch by Berkman. That probably would have gone foul, but we get the out. Here's Peralta. Put the ball in play both times. 1 ground out, 1 double. Makes contact with that low curve. Durham makes a nice catch there. 2 away. They're going to want to show the replay of that one. That wasn't the easiest catch because he needed a bit of delay on it so it wouldn't bounce off his glove. Makes the play. Edmonds 0 for 2. Ground out and went down looking his last time up. Strike one on the four-seamer, 0-1. Made very good contact with that curve, but it's right at Granderson. That's the 7th inning. Heading to the top of the 8th now. It's the heart of the Jays lineup. We're 5 for 10, so Let's see, if we want double digits, we got to do some damage right here. Here's Berkman, 2 for 3, looking for a cycle as he has the home run and the single. Strike one on a fastball, nothing in one. Really should not have swung at that. That was way high. Yachty catches in foul territory, 1 away. Here's Rios, 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Ball put in play all 3 times. Only a fly out other than a single. Strike one on the low 4-seamer, nothing in one. Inside fastball missed, 1-1. Rios puts that one in play, right to Roberts, 2 away. Here's Braun, who is 0 for 3 in the game with a strikeout. Low 4-seamer, 1-0. Puts that in play, right at Castillo. Braun is 0 for 4 in the game now. That'll be the inning. Heading to the bottom of the 8th now, it's the 5, 6, 7. Part of the Yankee lineup, Troy Tulowitzki leading off. Yes? Okay, thank you. Okay. Sorry? Okay. Back to the game now. Roberts, strike one on the fastball. Use the curve, nothing in two. That's popped right back to the mound. Halladay's going to get it easily. 2 away. Aside from the hits, I don't know if any balls have commonly reached the outfield. There's been a few flyouts, that's it. Yachty takes strike one on a fastball, nothing in one now. Puts that in play. That probably would have gone outside the zone. Berkman has it. Steps on the bag. We're heading to the 9th inning. Top of the 9th coming up. 6-7. 8 part of the Jays lineup. Mike Lowell leading off. Nipper ERA, he's chopped it down by 3 whole runs. Outside high fastball, 1-0. Curve stayed in the zone, 1-1. High inside fastball, missed the zone, 2-1. Caught the zone with that fastball, 2-2. He's really been favoring high up in the zone opposed to low. But letting that go. Curve's too high. It's going to be a payoff pitch to Mike Lowell. Nobody on, nobody out. Broke his bat. Will it make it out there? No, it won't. Made good contact, but the bat screwed him over. Roberts caught it. 1 away. Here's Scott, 1 for 3 with a 3-run home run. He's our hitting MVP so far. Because he has the home run, we'll give him a whack at it here against a right-handed pitcher. 1-0. High fastball, missed. 2-0. Curve way far inside. It's going to be 3-0. We're not swinging on 3-0. I had that gut feeling. 3-1 now. It's going to be back-to-back payoff pitches for the Blue Jays. Here's Luke Scott. Nobody on. 1 away. Missed it. Got him swinging on a changeup. Here's Loduca. 1 for 3. Because he's still looking for a home run on the year, we'll give him 1 swing here. Puts it in play off a hard swing. Roberts over to first, and that's going to be hitting for the Jays. Only 5 for 10. That's very unlike us to stay in single digits. Anyways, bottom of the 9th coming up. 8-9-1 part of the lineup. Let's see what Roy can do. Fidelli 0 for 2. A swing, strikeout, and a grounder. Strike one on the changeup. Nothing in one. Made perfect read of that fastball. Aurelia over to first. 1 away. I think that's the first time a ball was hit to Rich Aurelia. Here's Moore. His average is right at 100. It's the first pitch, right at Lowell. That average, next time we see him, is going to start with a 0, I bet. Here's Pierre, who is 0 for 4, but he is putting the ball in play. Swung at a curve, strike one. Makes contact with that two-seamer. That'll be a base hit. That's their third of the game. Down to their last out, they get a runner on. 1 on. 2 away. Castillo also 0 for 3. Strike 1 on the curve. Takes that. Durham has it. Right at first. That's the ball game. Your final score. Toronto Blue Jays 5. New York Yankees 0. Complete game shutout from Roy Halladay. Only 3 hits allowed. Unfortunately, it would have been 2 hits, but Pierre just managed to get on base right there with 1 out to go. No need to worry about that because what matters is the win. Let's take a look at some of the highlights here. So we won the game in the first inning, surprisingly. Off what was barely a base hit. So RBIs should be 3 for Luke Scott, 1 for Rios. I forget who would have had the other one. Yeah, that is the home run. And it didn't really have the greatest amount of carry compared to the ones that went past those retired numbers out there. Top of the 5th. Oh, yeah, Berkman had a solo shot. So 1 RBI for Berkman, 1 for Rios, 3 for Scott. Player of the game is obviously going to be Roy Halladay. Honestly, I'd be surprised if they give it to anyone else just for the hitting. Sure, a 3-run home run is good, but complete game shutouts. Oh, really? Okay, whatever. Yep, Halladay for shutout. So Yankees, even if they were 100% 3 for 3, we would still win, being at 50% efficiency. Error 15 there. Yep. We won the game in the first inning yet again. Had no idea. So that's Roy Halladay's first shutout of the year. Joining Oz. 3-0. Nance 0-2 and 1 save for him. Only 2 home runs. Berkman had his 12th. Scott had his 6th. Taking a look at the stats here. Yep, RBIs. Nobody went across the plate multiple times. Braun went 0 for 4. That's very, very surprising. Especially from a guy who's been raking as hard as he has. Only 64 pitches Halladay threw. 4 strikeouts. 1.67 average. ERA, excuse me. Yep, so the hits. 1 was right across the middle. I don't remember it being like that. 1 was off to the side. The other one was there. So if I go for the hits here. So, yeah, Tulowitzki. He had a single, okay, off a 2-seamer, so I had it high, it dropped. 2-seamer, 2-seamer. Apparently they really swing at 2-seamers, so now I know, don't do that. And counts they're probably going to take a swing at. Anyways, we'll go ahead and take a look around the league, see what's going on. I wonder how much you earn from throwing a shutout. Only 40. Let's see. 15th inning over there in Texas. Brewers shut out. Double digits for the Braves, Cubs, Giants, Red Sox. Looks like the Nationals walked off with a grand slam. That's exciting. Nice score over there in Cincinnati. Hey, not the most eventful night of baseball around the MLB. But that's going to be it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Next time we're going to have Oz. We got 2 more games against the Yankees, then we go to Fenway. So we're going to see what Oz can do next time out. I'll see you then for that.